Come on, give me that woof woof. 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 I said woof woof, you say woof woof. I say woof woof, you say woof woof. Woof 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 woof. Welcome, folks, to the lucky number 13 Who's Cast. I am your host with the most, and who's Sorry, my mic all jacked up. There we go. Had to fix it. Thank you guys for tuning in again. I don't think my original challenge is going to meet its quota, but in Alex's last podcast, he said he would extend it. So, keep viewing our stuff. Like, subscribe, share, and then subscribe again. You can even unsubscribe just so you can subscribe a second time. It's a great idea for everybody involved. I'm kidding. Don't unsubscribe because you might forget to resubscribe. And Alex might get mad if all of a sudden all of our subscribers are gone. Even though they'd be back real quick, but he might get a little nervous. If you do it, don't tell him I'm the one that told you to do it. He might get a little cross. So, if you do it, that's great. It's hilarious. I love you. Just don't tell him it was me. Alright. Quick shout out from the Wumbo side of things. I appreciate for everybody who liked and looked at Wednesday's strip about Revenge Pro Wrestling. It holds a new record for most views in one day. On the website alone, it shot up to 150 views in just one day. So I appreciate that. That means a lot. I know Moose Knuckle is Wumbo's best property. I don't know if you really call him property. Nobody really owns Moose Knuckle. He's his own being. You know, you can't own a moose. Maybe you can. I'll have to look into that. But he usually gets high views anyways, but that was the most for a one day. I'm excited to see what he is able to total up. And then on Instagram too, everyone that liked it. On Facebook, the people that shared it. Person, Megan, thank you. I really appreciate it with all you guys. Doing stuff with Moose Knuckle is really fun, and I do enjoy doing Wumbo, so it's nice to see when other people are clearly enjoying a certain strip. I know nobody cares as much about Joe and his adventures through time and space, but I can promise there is a light at the end of that tunnel. It's not going to drag on forever, so you don't have to worry about that. I can give out some details upcoming in Wumbo. Last year, for the month of Halloween, I did Wumbo Natural, which was a lot of fun. Doing the Supernatural Wumbo crossover. I would love to revisit it since my art's gotten better, but that's not going to happen this year, maybe next year. This year is going to be called Wumboween. So, I'm not going to give out any spoilers, any details on it, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I've been having a joy drawing it, so I think you guys are going to like it. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And thanks to all the wrestlers that liked this week's Wumbo. Thanks for PB Smooth for sharing it out on his Instagram. It means a lot. I know none of you are going to listen to this, but if you do, thank you guys. And just like Wumbo said, if you're in the Erie area this Saturday, definitely stop by Revenge. They are the best pro wrestling firm in the area. This show is going to be really enjoyable. All the shows have been really enjoyable. It'll be their 1 year anniversary. Back when they were first announced, I was lucky enough to do an interview with Omega Aaron Dran from my blog, Ratfings. So, since this is their 1 year, I will be doing kind of a retrospective review of the last year of not just them, but also Pro Wrestling Rampage, the oldest promotion in Erie. They're not the best anymore, but they are definitely the oldest. Can't take that from them. So I'm going to be kind of doing a retrospective on how both promotions have been doing, what's different, what's the same, things like that. So stay tuned on Ratfinks for that. Speaking of Ratfinks, I would like to expand on my post a little bit. Thank you for everyone that viewed it and shared it. It's obviously a blog on the internet, so the post isn't going anywhere. If you stumble across it and you think there's somebody you know that needs to see it, definitely share it with them. It was a really important post for me. Like I said in it, my original plan was to have a great big grand reopening with Riley and Charlie's story, but a lot of things going on that I was seeing with people close to me, and even just in general, like Instagram and stuff, from some of the webcomics. That's they were just giving up. It just seemed like everybody I knew was having a tough time at once. So I wanted to put that out there. Just to reiterate, don't give up on a goal or a dream just because things get tough. I know that sounds cliche. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, but that's not what I'm saying. If you really want something, go for it, even if it's risky. Speaking from experience, it's not fun looking back and being like, man, I wish I wasn't such a little bitch back then, and just actually would have went for something or put myself out there more. So, if you have the chance to go for something, go for it, even if it's something as small as doing a webcomic online for free or Instagram for free, or if it's losing weight, getting into shape, writing a book, directing or writing a movie, acting in a movie, anything, stick with your goal. If it's important enough to be a goal, it's important enough to stick with. Even if it gets super tough or you feel like you're running out of time, you can scale back on how much energy you put into it, but still put something into it. I've been practicing guitar because I really want to be able to play guitar really, really well. And the last 2 weeks, I haven't had time to do my normal half hour to an hour practice every day. So at least what I do is for as long as I can, I practice chord shifts, note shifts, strumming, just whatever I can for a short amount of time for as long as I can, so I at least keep myself going. Not all the time do I get time to sit down and write Otis and Bear for a lengthy period of time every day. So at nighttime or on my lunch break at work, I'll take that as much time as I can. I'll throw out as much as I can into Otis and Bear, and then I'll save it, and I'll come back to it when I can. Life's tough for all of us. Life's crazy for all of us. Life's busy. Life is everything because it's life. Do as much as you can, but don't completely give up on something. You owe it to yourself to keep with it. Also, like I said in there, if you need some motivation, feel free to look at the early Wumbo comics versus where they are now. They are vastly different from where they are. I think I have some that didn't even make it to publishing. Maybe I'll throw out there to show you guys. So stick with it. Also mentioned in there that I think I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to do test readings. I did actually have one person that read the blog contact me, good friend Darcy, said she'd be interested in one. And same goes for anybody. If you would like one, you can just message me wherever you're following me or friends me on, anything like that. You can find me even on Reddit. Well, webcomic is on there, so if you see us on there. Wherever you see me, you can message me. I can't promise how fast I will get to you, but I'll get to you eventually. Right? Like I said, I'm finally confident enough to at least start talking about it. So I'm getting more and more confident, which is going to help me with the readings. So I think I'm finally just about to that place where I'm ready to actually give it a go. It's terrifying, but I'm excited as well. So that'll be cool. If you have any questions on that kind of stuff, feel free to ask. There's a lot of information out there, and a lot of different views, a lot of correct views, a lot of misconceptions. There's just a ton of it out there, and you can dig as deep as you want and still find out so much is different from each other. It's hard to find out what exactly is going know what exactly should be. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer them on the podcast. Like one thing I encounter a lot, surprisingly, is I hear people say mediums can't give bad news or bad messages, anything like that, which is false. There might be mediums out there that will only give good news. The ones that are just like super positive, or they're doing it as like their job, or they know people they only want to come to them for good news, things like that. I'm not going to say there's not mediums out there like that, but there's no like rule or governing body over us that says we can't give out bad news. I know personally, I will give any message that I receive. I don't hold anything back. If a spirit is saying it, I'm going to tell it to you. If it has nothing to do with you, I apologize, but at that point it's coming through, so I'm just going to say it. If I do get something that would be considered like bad news, or maybe not like as positive message you're thinking, like if you're like, will I become an NFL superstar? I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, that's coming for you. If they say no, I'm gonna tell you straight up no. If they give advice on it, like they say it's not likely, have a backup plan, or keep like ways to like keep working, I'll let you know. But I'm not gonna hold that back. There's a lot of mediums out there that are able to tell illnesses and ailments, diseases, things like that. They don't hold back when they get messages like that or energy like that. So, I mean, if you think that mediums are only out there to give good news, that's false. That comes down to who you go to see. That's one of the things you can, if you're looking for a website, read their bio, read their reviews. You can even ask them in advance. What kind of messages do you give? What don't you give? Things like that. I mean, you're allowed to ask. Even professional mediums. They're not going to just be like, nope, not answering that. Nope, I only do this. Nope. They'll be open and honest with you. In fact, back to Rat Finks, there is an awesome interview I did with Rose Vanden Enden, one of my favorite mediums, and somebody I've actually trained under. That she's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's a really good interview that got a lot of really good information from her. Maybe I'll reshare it for anybody that has some questions. Somebody that's a little more professional than me, you can read that. But that had a lot of good information. I love Rose. She doesn't hold back. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Go to forums. Reddit has a pretty good community. I will warn you that Reddit's communities are a little more monetized. They'll be like, free readings, donations gladly accepted, donations, readings, $10, and it's, I don't know. If you're looking for this pure information, Reddit might not be the best place, because it seems like they're more willing to charge you. And again, like, this is some people's job. It's their career, so I totally get it. I am not charging right now. I'm not going to make a promise that I never will. Some of my favorite mediums, they go without charging anything. The only time they ever charge is if, like, they're doing a traveling tour. And, obviously they got to pay for their plane and stuff. Or they'll make money off their books, things like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I'll never charge. I'm not going to say I will charge. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I don't know what the future holds in that respect. Yeah, just ask questions. It's better to ask questions and get straight answers than to have misconceptions. Until I was thrown headfirst into this life, I had a million misconceptions. I was wrong about so many aspects of what psychics and mediums do. Completely wrong. And I'm glad I got to get everything sorted out. I'm glad I figured out what's actually true, what everything actually is, and the good that actually comes from it. Because just thinking something bad is bad without any information is bad in itself. So my advice, just ask, get it out the way. For anyone that is interested in my quote-unquote journey, I guess, or is interested in reading for me right now, I am very, 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 very good at reading energies. I am good at healing with energies, manipulating energies. That's the more psychic side of me, and I'm definitely a lot more in tune with that than I am the mediumship side of me. I do some tarot card readings, some oracle card readings, but I'm working on the mediumship side where I can get clear, concise messages from a spirit really quick and easily. Right now I can get the messages, but it takes a lot out of me, and I have to get to a really, really, really centered and quiet and safe place in order to get those messages clearly. So a lot of times, if I'm not 100% there, it comes through almost like a staticky phone call. I can sense the spirit, I can see details about them, not the full spirit, and I get the message, but it's disjointed, doesn't make much sense. There's a lot more questioning, a lot of guesswork, and then I start questioning and doubting myself, and then everything goes to hell. So, I mean, I might even, if you do want to be one of my practice reads, I might do a few for you, actually. Maybe I'll do a tarot card, an oracle card, and then I'll try my mediumship, or maybe I'll do an energy one. I'll offer energy healings. I'll throw multiple things at you just so I can get the... If you ask for a reading, if you only want one, and you only want it a certain way, let me know. If not, there's the chance where I'm going to throw different methods at you, different things at you. I recently got her in one of the groups I'm in to try to get some advice and tips. So I'm excited to work with her. I do have other friends that are higher up, too, a little stronger than me, that I'm working with as well to get stronger. So eventually, my readings will become better, and I'll be able to give you guys whatever you need. Sorry, I have little cues. Sorry for the dead mic there. I have little cues from the spirit world that tell me if someone's trying to get my attention, because, as my wife will tell you, I can space out and zone out at any time, and she's always asking, "Are you okay? You seem really spacey." And usually there's just someone talking to me or spirit trying to get my attention, and they have these little cues for me. So they'll be like ringing in the ears. My one spirit guide, Avalar, he's a talking grizzly bear. Don't question it. Leave Avalar alone. He's the man. He'll grab my right shoulder. Sometimes he'll bop my head. It sounds crazy if you're unfamiliar with this work and that world or that lifestyle. I mean, it's absolutely true. There can be some crazy things happening at all times. See, right there in the dead mic, I got a ringing in my one ear with my left ear, which was a spirit trying to get my attention. Nothing major, so after I'm done with this, I'll try to see if I can figure out what they want. I would try now and be like, "Oh man, here's a reading for you guys," but no, because I don't know who it's for. Like I said, it takes me a while, so I mean, you'd be sitting here for like 10 minutes in dead air. And that's a bad podcast. That's a real bad podcast. That's an awful podcast. Listen to a podcast where you're going to hear silence for 10 minutes. Maybe I'd find like a cricket noise to put in there and be like, "Oh, let's just put in some like wacky Looney Tunes sound effects for 10 minutes there." All right. That's a joke. I like doing potatoes. In my story, in this lifestyle, does have kind of dark beginnings. Like I said there in the last podcast, maybe 2 podcasts ago, I think it was 2 actually, I spoke about how my drowning in Hawaii is kind of what threw me in real quick. But that started me, but my powers didn't really develop until I was in college as a freshman. I think it's towards the end of my freshman year. I was possessed, you could say, by a demon, negative spirit, negative entity. Lots of different words for it, but I was possessed. I had one attached to me, and it just wreaked hell on me. A lot of bad stuff was happening. I was in a really bad place because of it. I couldn't beat it. some people I knew from New Zealand. They knew a healer down there, and they were paying him to do healings on me from afar until I could get down there. But I was just in a really, really bad place. Everything was just really, really bad for me. I was having horrible dreams, nightmares. I was actually scratching and clawing and cutting myself up in my sleep. It was really bad. Really, really bad. I won't get into too much details. Maybe one day if anyone else is interested, I can kind of tell you about it, but it was really, really bad, really dark. It's not a time I reflect on fondly at all. There were even times where I'd just black out for time periods on end, and I'd be in a location, different place, and be what happened? Just chunks of time that I don't remember. So it was really scary. When I got down to New Zealand, the healer, Bob, I met one time, Bob, he had me lay down on his massage/reiki table. He put his hands on my back, and immediately he said, "Damn, this is one mean bugger." It was in a New England accent, so I was like, "Damn, this is one mean bugger." Alright, that was kind of Scottish. So Sean Connery kind of came out of me there, but you get the point. It took him a while. I was probably there for a half hour to an hour, just laying there as he worked on me, and he was finally able to exorcise the entity of the demon, kick it out of me, cleanse me, however you want to say it and put it, and that's when I became the most in tune with my abilities ever. At that point. Up until that point. And I could immediately sense energies. And the people I was with, they took me down into the shop. They had me pick out a couple of crystals, and they bought them for me. And ever since then, I love crystals and rocks because I can feel the energy coursing through them. And then I learned that I could sense other people's energies. And I learned that I could heal them, feel them, manipulate energies, and I could do even energy transfers, where if someone's really, really bad off, I can give them my energy and take theirs away from them. And I mean, it tires me out, wears me down, but I can recycle it and make myself better than. And then they have my good energy to start with, and then I just work on myself for a little bit and get everything back. So there's a lot of stuff I can do. It's a long story. There's a lot of tales in there. Don't have time for all of them today, but if you guys ever are interested in anything that's in my life, don't be afraid to ask. I'm more confident now, so I'll be more of an open book. But that's where I'll leave you guys with this Who's Cast. Thank you all for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Check out Wumbo. Check out Revenge. Check out the 4 Gamerz channel, Facebook, Tumblr, Reddit. We're all over the place. Thanks, guys. Peace.